My DoorDash people, your boy C-Moto. So since my last video last couple of videos I posted in regards to the rewards tier program, whatever you want to call it, I'm not even 100% sure, but whatever. For DoorDash, I get a lot of people, being that I've let them know that I have been a platinum dasher or platinum tier driver for the better part of 6 months. Said I did dip down into the gold, and that was just because I chose not to drive a couple of days, so it brought me under as I was hovering around 100 orders, when it's probably good to have about 150 orders rolling status on tap. That way, if you decide not to drive a day or two and you drove those 30 days back, those will pull off and drop you down. So if you stay at about 100, you're going to kind of bounce back and forth between platinum and gold. But anyways, pertaining to the thumbnail here, a lot of people are asking me, people already question me in my orders because I don't know, they don't believe what I say when I say that I make between $3 and $7 per mile. So I'm constantly providing receipts, stuff like that. Every now and then I'll do a video like this to where I will post multiple screenshots of all my orders that I get. Being in this platinum tier, people are curious to know what type of orders you get at the platinum tier level. Of course, this is market dependent, so I won't sit here and say what I'm making is what you're gonna make. But my point is, I get a lot of backlash when it comes to speaking on my ratings and having them as high as I can. As you can see right here, my my ratings tab, my ratings page. So I normally, somebody left me a 3-star for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. I don't care. It's 1, but it brought me down from a 5-star to a 4.98. So I'm gonna have to cycle through another 100 5-stars to knock that one out, unfortunately. So with that said, being that I have 100% acceptance rating and a 100% completion rating, my ratings are pretty much sitting at the highest level that they possibly could, aside of that 0.2 of the customer rating, which doesn't really affect things at that point. But people are curious, and that's, of course, my ratings being where they are. A lot of people are going against the simple fact that that I have my ratings where they are. A lot of people are choosing not to tough it out and make their way to the 100 orders and get your ratings to a point to where you can be in the platinum tier. And I'm more on the side, like, you can't speak on it until you've gotten there, and then you can determine whether it's worth it or not. But just to say it's not worth it, it's like you didn't even give yourself a chance to try. Now, I get it. I will always go back and say that the orders have to make sense, but that's what I mean by tough it out. I think even in a situation where I was there, where you are, if you have a tough market, I think I probably would tough it out to see what happens if I got to 100 orders and I was able to get my ratings up, just to see the difference, because that can be the thing that's standing in between you and getting very good or good orders or better orders than anybody else in your market. The only thing about that is your market is going to be your market. It's just really unfortunate. It may not be that DoorDash, generally speaking, is just full of trash, because you have some markets like mine that pay, and I'm not tooting like my market is anything special or I'm anything special. But with that said, that's why I always go back and say this is market dependent. But I do believe that every market has its high points in terms of drivers. You have your high drivers that are high rating drivers that probably are getting the top orders out there. Like I said, I spoke previously on a cherry picking video or whatever it is, kind of how that's going. That kind of got blown up a little bit. A lot of back and forth or whatever it is. And I'm not one side or the other. At the end of the day, like I said, you have to accept what makes sense and that makes you money. I'll never tell you to decline, but I'll also say that. So with that said, a lot of people will question the amounts of money that I make being in the platinum tier. So I've put together a bunch of screenshots of the orders as they come in. I screenshot them right before I accept them, so you can see. This will also have the total miles for the trip to and from picking up and dropping off the order to the customer in total. And with the amount that it's paying out, at least that it's showing me, there's a lot of orders that may have a hidden tip or additional tip or something like that. So additionally, I will do a screenshot once I finish the order as well, and you will see that right next to it, or the next screenshot that I'll post. I'm not sure how I'm going to put it together, but you'll see right now. But like I said, a lot of people are just curious and wondering what I get, being that I speak on my ratings being so high, and being in this rewards tier program thing, being in the platinum tier. There's a lot of people don't believe me. A lot of people do, but a lot of people are still just curious of what kind of orders I get, because I speak that they're high-paying orders, high pay for the mile. They're really short distances for the most part, and they're high pay. So you guys will see here. So I appreciate it that you guys made it this far to actually see the screenshots here. I'm sure a lot of people cut out of the video without even realizing what the video was actually going to be about. But hopefully you paid attention to the thumbnail there, and you held out to the end here. So here is all the screenshots of a lot of the orders that I've had that I just kind of screenshot when I can remember and take, so I can save. But they've kind of just been over the last couple of days or whatever it is. I haven't drove much, so they're really over just the last couple of days. So they're not all spread out or anything like that. So with that said, your boy C Moto, you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions, concerns, any comments, good or bad, please type down below. You guys know me, I always comment back, the ones that know me very well. And if not, and you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is C Moto. I am here to answer any of your questions, any concerns you guys might have with your new dasher, experienced dasher. I'm just all about positivity and making the most money that you possibly can. With that said, bear with me while I get these screenshots together, and you guys have a great night. On that note, I'm going to get ready to start my next dash hour, and we will see y'all later. Peace out. $7.75 for 1.6 miles, shorty trip. 500% total tip from the base pay. $7 for 1 mile all day long. And end up being $10 for that same mile. Oh yeah. $6 plus for 1.3 miles. For a total of $8.75. 2.1 miles at $4 plus per mile. For a total of $8.75 with that 100% tip. $6 for under a mile. On this one, it's $3 plus per mile. Over 100% tip from the base pay. Almost $50 in an hour with 4 deliveries. A longer trip here, 5.4 miles, still at $3.50 per mile. For a grand total of $21.25 from the $17.75 offer. 2.2 miles, almost $4 per mile on this one. Another 100% tip for $12 total. 1.2 miles, $7.50 plus for 1.2 miles. 100+% tip for a total $11.75. One of my longer trips, 7.5 miles, is still $2 per mile. I'll do them all day. No tip on this one, but it's okay. $16.75, money I never had for 7 miles. 6.1 miles, almost $3 per mile, another long one. For a grand total of $25.80, almost 400% tip compared to base pay. 2.6 miles at $4 per mile. Making $11 for 2.6 miles. Told y'all I wasn't playing. 4.1 miles at $5 per mile. for $20. 6.5 miles at $2.50 plus per mile for a total of $16.25. A half mile, $7.75 for a half a mile. Come on now. Matter of fact, make that $9.75 for the half a mile. Hidden tips, baby, hidden tips. 3.3 miles, damn near $6 per mile at $17.75. That confirmed total at $17.75. 1.9 miles for $3.50 per mile is $7. This was a shop and deliver for a $7 total. And I actually had an add-on with this one that I didn't screenshot the offer, but the second offer was for $13.75 for I think a few more miles. 2.1 miles, $4 per mile, $8.25 total. And this was an add-on, $11.25 for 1.9 miles, $11.25 for extra 2 miles. And this was the first order total for that $8.25 I had just mentioned. And this was the add-on for that order that was $11.25 additionally. 1.4 miles, $12 per mile for a total of $17.14. Unheard of. On top of that, it was an additional 3.8 miles for another $15.75 added on top of. Again, this was that first order, the $17.14. And then here was the add-on order for a total of $16 on top of the $17. 1.3 miles at $8.50 per mile, total $11. Oh yeah. This was actually a 2 pickup order for one customer, and they tipped on both orders. 1.1 miles for damn near $8 per mile. For that $8 total, 100% tip based on the base pay.